Gagging on them. And we're live, I think. Welcome all. What a privilege it is to be back. Everything's going well. Don't mind us. It's there's no problems. It's all good. Yes, tonight after a month of wonderful fundraising for Beyond Blue, we have come out the other side, and we have hit November. And November is looking to be quite the fun month for us here at Raging Rolls. If we get out of the carnival by the end of this month, I'll be surprised and delighted. But we are back in the Feywild as we are returning to Trankasha with our main campaign. Tonight we've got a few people with us again. We're missing Jez, who has some real life commitments apparently. And we'll be jumping into hopefully a really fun session very soon. I think it's due course for a bit of a recap. It's been a little while since we were in Trankasha. I saw that in our foundry we had 40 days since we'd last rolled in this particular map. So I think it's time to roll back and see what we'd all been up to. The last time we were here, you had all been traveling after the circles. You had discovered the location of a circle and through a little bit of trial and error, discovered your way into it, defeating all of the creatures that had taken up their place in that sort of dungeon after it had been left unattended for so long. With that in mind, you all had some time to spare as you ended up in Flint Jones Wolf's hometown, where you were able to spend a few days just collecting yourselves with the promise of a carnival on the horizon. Something that seemingly was out of this world, some of the locals were speculating. A poster or two led you all to believe that the Witchlight Carnival was mere days away. As you all sat around with some understanding that there's something afoot, you were also had a chance to meet with one of the locals around the space. You went off to the farm of one of the local in the space, and you met a man who had a bit of a time to discuss with you about his life and about what he wanted from all of you to give him maybe a bit of help, a quest, if you would, with the promise of great reward. And that was Madrick Rosloff. Can anybody tell me what Madrick Rosloff would have wanted from all of you?
Oh, he wanted us to go to find out what happened to his warlock patron in the Feywilds.
Absolutely. And he gave you the chance to sort of say yes, and in return, he offered you all of his belongings from his time as an adventurer. You would get your chance at all of his riches, as he was a man that was, close to death by age, and if you returned with that news, he would reward you with anything that was of value. As you all hung around, you were suddenly greeted by the heavens opening up and chariots with being led by Pegasi and other creatures like tigers with wings upon their back, as these wagons flew down from above into the clearing in front of you. And it was overnight that these things sprung into life. Almost by magic, you could see all of the tents and all of the different attractions build themselves as things flew around and people just started bustling out of these carriages. The next morning, as the day of the Witchlight Carnival dawned, you all stood lined up after, I believe, sleeping in front of the entrance the night before. Trying to make sure you guys are first in.
Early bird special.
Absolutely. You guys walked yourself to the ticket booth at the entrance, and upon announcing who you were greeted with free entry. It had seemed that a benefactor had paid for all of your tickets. Do any of you recall anything more?
I remember that Harm and I, Raya and I went on a dragonfly ride, and we both tried to race each other around. And
Yep.
and as I was about to win, Raya cast Hold Person on me, and I almost died.
That was fun. I think we all remember that with great fondness. Absolutely. And you met a particularly interesting character around the space. Do you remember the Kenku that you came across?
Did we get a name?
Yes, I believe.
Yeah. Our name is the Circle Jerks.
No, for the Kenku.
Did we get the Kenku's name? Circle Jerk.
So
got a name now.
The Kenku's name was Kettle Steams.
Kettlesteins.
Very specifically because whenever it's asked for his name, he goes, "Dude!" as a kettle steaming wood. As he is a Kenku and he mimics. It's kind of his whole deal.
Makes sense.
And the circus patrons Witch and Light won't tell Kettlesteams where to find Zibillia.
That's exactly right. And
bonus points for taking notes.
Kettlesteam has asked for all of your help in uncovering what is going on with Mr. Witch and Mr. Light.
I think Light's a bit sus. I'd had to refresh the memory, but there is a quote there saying, "Someone will find out and shut us down."
I had that written down as well, so it must be important.
I said it first. It's my points.
That's it. Yeah. That's
right. All your points. And it's got Witch and Light know what happened, and I'm like, oh, happened about what? And
I've also got Hourglass Coven.
Yes. So you have figured out that there's a coven that seems to be in amongst the people. You've noticed thieves sort of running around, pickpocketing people, and doing a whole number of other things around the place, but they have not approached you at all as a group. You also met a beautiful merfolk who put on a performance for all of you before being teased by kettle steam to the point of crying. Her name was Palasha, who also was part of the fair so far.
And the behavior of tears actually affected the event, right?
Correct. So there's a mood sort of flowing around the space. With
not that Harm would know, because Harm's not there.
No, you're going to have to be here, otherwise we're going to be in a world of trouble.
Otherwise, it's going to be a boring ass session for you.
Yes, I wasn't there yet.
There was something about a Witchlight Monarch competition.
Oh yes. So you know that there are 3 timed events that occur during the Witchlight Carnival. At the 1st hour, at the 4th hour, and at the 8th hour. The 1st hour you were all greeted with welcome gifts, which you were given as you entered the Witchlight Carnival. You are currently have just finished your second hour in the carnival and have just started your third. Notice you can see that at the top left of the map here with our little tracker that we're moving across the space. I believe I don't see a tracker on our mood tracker. I'm going to say that we're probably quite sort of in the middle with those.
I think we're pretty because we fixed up some stuff.
All right, I'll give you one. I'll give you one mark towards jovial for your brilliant recollection of the event so far.
Thanks, Mark.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, cheers.
Let's chuck one of these on. I wonder how big this is. Oh no, that's good. So that little green marker there denotes our tracker on the positivity. Awesome. Yeah, so you're all aware that on the 4th hour is the Big Top Extravaganza. You've seen the Big Top at the center of this whole carnival, and it looks incredible. There's a lot of excitement around it, and apparently there's going to be some pretty unforgettable shows that would not be worth missing in this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Do we have time for like one more ride? Do we think if there's an hour to burn?
Yeah, I'd say you can. You could probably do I'd say you can do 2 rides or like a ride and something else.
It's not like Disneyland where it's like from this point it's a 90-minute wait.
No. Like you guys have front row tickets.
Team. Should we try and investigate, find where the Fey Crossing or something is? Isn't that why we came here?
I also, before we carry on, I want to just let you know that with the coven that you've been noticing, has anybody sort of kept an eye on their comings and goings?
The coven?
Yes. The thieves of the coven.
I mean, I'm probably just more watching my pockets.
Cool. Anybody else have a stance on that?
I'm going to say I've been watching them like a hawk.
Excellent. Give me an perception check. I almost forgot what the checks are called, and I've been playing this game for 5 years.
I almost forgot how to open my character sheet.
Hey, yeah, unfortunately,
it's a natty one.
You are eyeing them down, but it's just you can't even see them. That's how good they are.
But there's
too focused.
So many bright lights.
So I want to quickly go through again some of the interesting locations that you have to choose from. I think that's important to sort of know what options you all have. So as we look through our locations, there's one that immediately jumped to my mind that I thought you all might enjoy, which is the Feasting Orchard. And it's described as music and mirth radiating from this park. The heady scent of flowers, mead, and berry pie waft through the air. Stilt walkers pluck fruit from trees. Musicians drum, pipe, and strum. And everywhere there is singing, dancing, and an inordinate amount of custard. So that is one of your options. You also have the Bubble Pop Teapot. A 20-foot tall teapot rests on a wooden platform, its painted surface whirling with moving imagery of flying dragons, breathing streams of bubbles. A door at the base of the teapot allows entry to its interior. Those who enter emerge from the spout enclosed in a bubble that detaches to float off across the carnival. 7 goblins sit around the platform, sipping tea from mismatched porcelain cups. You also see the gondola swans, enormous swans gliding through water, pulling ornate wooden gondolas draped in flowers. And you notice there is a place called a Hall of Illusions. A wooden mannequin of grinning, raven-haired young woman in witch's attire and green flowing cape hovers inside a glass cabinet. At the top of the cabinet, a sign reads, Tasha, the wizard, known for her hideous laughter. As you see this Hall of Illusions come out in front of you. We have others, just quickly by name, the Lost Property, Mystery Mine, Pixie Kingdom, a sort of small selection of stalls, snail racing. You are all free to choose sort of one or two of these at your discretion to fill the next hour.
They all seem like the B-side if we're just skipping.
No, they're all just as significant. It's just that there are so many of them, and I can spend the whole session reading them out. But we still have heaps of hours, right? We have 8 hours to enjoy. You're only on hour 3, so feel free as we move through to sort of focus down more into those.
We can stretch this out till Christmas.
That's what I said. Like, if you guys get out of this place in the next month, I'd be impressed.
Hall of Illusion sounds really fun.
Or snail racing.
Is there a gift shop?
That'll probably be the closest. Is the small stalls.
Okay.
You've got Elmiraj Ring Toss, Catch the Dragon by the Tail, Gnome Poetry Contest, Goblin Wrestling, Guess the Number of Feathers, and Outstanding Cycle.
Goblin Wrestling.
Goblin Wrestling.
Small stalls.
Yeah, can we bet on the Goblin Wrestling?
So what's the go? Who's gonna guide us through this hour of entertainment?
Highest roll picks?
Sure. Let's roll off. They get the first choice.
What are we rolling?
D20.
Not Finnery with the 5.
This is a D20. Come on up.
Oh.
Roll high.
Carlos, your rolls are private.
Oh, Rafe.
Oh, they are.
I can see them. Don't worry.
Yeah, it was a 9. I'll roll a 9 again.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah. I think that with Rafe with the 17, you have the highest choice initiative.
All right, Rafe, where are we going, buddy?
What's the party doing first?
Hall of Illusions.
All of Illusions.
Ooh,
Here
good
we
That
go.
choice.
sounds pretty good.
Malchus is happy.
Awesome. Let's jump into there. Yeah. So as you walk up to this place, let's see. You actually have a map for this. I've got a new map hack that I downloaded today. So we're just seeing if they've got one.
Cool.
Please.
Yes, new maps. Yes, new maps.
There are so many different maps. It almost looks like this is one that doesn't have one. Okay, not this one. But yes, you go up to this Hall of Illusions, and finally, with your hawk-like vision, with your Nat 1, you literally walk into one of these coven, walking out of the Hall of Illusions. And they say, "Watch yourself," as they sort of slowly make their way out and back into the carnival.
Who was that
I
again?
just look confused as fuck. What's with the hostility?
Watch yourself, asshole.
Awesome. So you guys all can we make a history check as you see sort of this cabinet with this hideous laughter quote on it?
Is this a collective history check or are we?
15.
Anybody that wants to see it,
15.
anybody that's actually paying attention. All
Joint-
of you,
Joint freeze.
anybody who got a 15 or higher, you recall that Tasha was one of the mages of old, one of those that were portrayed in your stories and your fairy tales as a witch who could cast all sorts of magic.
Ooh, interesting.
Her exact potency lost through time, but seeing her here in this now evidently real magic place gives you all some thought about whether or not those fairy tales held an inkling of truth. You also see a halfling couple holding hands as they approach the glass cabinet. One of the halflings is wearing a butterfly face paint. As he drops to one knee and pulls a small box from his pocket, his sweetheart bursts into laughter and begins rolling on the ground. The halfling in face paint begins sobbing and darts into the nearby tent without getting his ticket punched. So as you'll remember, to get into any of these rides, it costs you a punch on your ticket. And once they're all used up, you have to get a new one or you are no longer allowed to go in rides.
Oh dear.
So that may or may not have some consequences. Dun, dun, dun.
That's awkward.
You're also interrupted before you can go in by a very helpful attendant who rushes up to you with a basket full of what looks like cloth draped objects, and they say, "Please, do you have your tickets? Do you have your tickets? Show me your tickets."
Yes. Here we go. Ticket.
Oh, you're all in grave danger as it is right now. Please, as part of being a ticketed person, the only way that we can tell is you have to wear these fairy wings within the confines of the carnival. And he pulls out a set of fairy wings for each of you. Please put them on immediately, otherwise there's a world of danger that awaits.
Is this person bullshitting?
You can roll an insight check.
Oh, 100% inside check this
I
shit
didn't
out.
know way.
Ooh,
15.
You only sense sincerity from their concern.
Okay, guys. I think we should definitely do what this person says. We all need to wear fairy wings.
I've already got them on, and I'm.
Henry, you can wear mine.
No,
no,
you have to wear them. You'll
So
be in
please,
danger, Malchus.
please.
That's okay. I like danger.
There are people that are here to specifically make sure that nobody gets a free ride, and this is your only way to be safe from them. There's a world out there you don't understand, and you need to wear these fairy wings. They seem more
Child, move on.
Malchus, I really think you should do that. I think you should put the wings on. Come on,
I
we've
would
come
rather
this far
die.
together.
I can't.
We've come this far together.
I can't.
Malchus,
It's.
Malchus, come on, Malchus.
I
Malchus,
can't.
I gave you a feather. Come on, aren't we friends, Malchus? Don't you trust me?
Yeah, but yeah.
I think we stop referring to him as Malchus. I think he's rolling a new character sheet next week.
Henry,
Come on.
it's impossible.
It's
It
been a
cannot
pleasure.
happen.
Why don't you put them on underneath your cloak, so that way nobody can see them? If you're, are you embarrassed
Okay.
about it? Okay, it's all right. I'm
Okay,
sure,
I'll
sure
put
you're
them
gonna
on.
be
I'll put them on under my cloak.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh,
Flint?
I thought we'd have more deaths on our hands.
Flint.
Well, have a
Hit
good day,
Malchus
everyone.
with it.
And remember, the carnival is a great place, and everything here is fun and dandy.
I hate these wings.
They look fabulous on you, Rhea. They look great.
I kind of have this
Flint?
in my head. I'm with Inflatable Cat. I feel like I have the most feminine fairy wings, like the most pinkest of pink.
Yes.
Don't forget the glitter.
I
Flint,
crush
did you
mine
put
up
wings
as
on?
much as I can and like shove them into my pants.
Oh,
So
right,
they're
that's
like,
fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
make
you
a
do. You
make a
creep.
strength check to see how you can compress them. You know how well you're getting them in there.
probably not very well.
Yeah, you put them in there, but there's still like a beautiful like arc of fairy wings coming out of your like pants at the back.
Is it just like an awkward bulge?
Yeah, just an
Yeah.
awkward wing bulge.
At the front or the back?
The back.
Ah, so it looks like you've shat yourself. All right.
Yeah, nice little
I got
package.
a dump truck.
Dump truck ass. All right.
I like
as
big
you were-
butts, but I can't.
All my fairy brothers can deny. So, as you approach the Hall of Illusions, you see this large tent painted with a mural of shifting images that show grinning fairies diving into pools of color. The helical stripes of the tent's pointed canopies rotate in spirals, and the whole display seems designed to befuddle onlookers. A clown dressed in muted garb stands at the tent entrance, blinking at you.
Fucking hate clowns.
It's a clown, yes.
I don't trust clowns.
Fingery's gonna hide behind someone that's much bigger than him.
Stealth.
Be sure to hit that subscribe.
I'm gonna hide behind Finnery.
The
That's
pharaoh.
a 30. That's a natural
Oh
20 to
my
hide.
God.
Are you okay? Yeah.
Finnery.
In the flutter of wings, you seem to have. They seem to not be looking at you. Very specifically. That's a well done, I guess.
They're looking at the death cleric with the fairy wings.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
death cleric
the
with that
really
dump truck ass
flamboyant.
is the one that they're getting at this point. I'm just trying to see if I can find you a picture of this particular individual.
Please, you don't actually have to show us a picture of the clown.
Yeah.
No. I think we do have to.
No.
Oh,
I
100%.
think we're going to
100%
have
on
to
that.
show that. Okay, I've got it up. Show players. That's what I want to do. There it is.
Oh, yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah.
That's not too
Is that a
bad.
clan?
So
think
you
that's a
will
clown.
see this fairy wing wearing, much like all of you, clown with this sort of bouquet in hand, and they don't seem to be speaking, and they just keep blinking at you. And as you approach and they see you, not you, Fenry, they wave you in, sort of beckoning you in. They sort of stand stock still like a mirror, and they show their reflection moving as they mime sort of this sort of mimic of their own movement in a mirror, and then they welcome you in again.
Rafe's going to lead the charge.
Excellent.
I picked it. I shall lean into danger first.
The
Sounds good.
mime
Follow
the
the lead.
mime takes like a fake wallet, opens the fake wallet, pulls out a fake ticket, and then fake punches it, and then holds out his hand for you to give you your ticket. Give him your ticket. Sorry.
Can I use my mage hand to like put my ticket in with with Rafe's? So because I'm like literally hiding, but I'm like clinging onto his back and like nuzzled in behind all his equipment.
I can feel that happening. So I'm going to present 2 tickets.
You present 2 tickets, and interestingly, he's like, all right. He sort of looks and he says, "Ah!" and you see him just pop up without making a sound. His mouth opens, but nothing comes out.
I point Finry out.
And he shrugs and stamps both. But then the enthusiasm that he has on his face seems to droop a little. Is anybody having a sort of a read of our mime?
Oh no, he's having a stroke.
Yes. As soon as Finry gets pointed out, he's like locked eyes with this thing and he's just like waiting just for something bad to happen. So he's just keeping an eye on him.
Make an insight check.
It's probably not going to be as good as my natural 20.
Does he look like a bored teenager who's just taking
16.
tickets at any normal carnival?
No, he does not. He is, as the book says, he is outstandingly monochrome. Like this guy stands out just because of how monochrome he is. Where are you? No, there he is. Yeah. So, Candlefoot's appearance is strangely monochromatic. And with that 16, you get the feeling that there's a deep sadness in Candlefoot. Sorry, the mime that has remained nameless.
Candlefoot, yeah.
He has a
name
little
badge.
name tag. He has a little name tag. Yeah.
Finry-
And seeing you all quite competent as he is stamping your tickets, he begins to try and mime you something. He makes himself sort of on his side, and he has like a beak. You know how like they always do those like beak motions, and so he's like makes the beak, and then he mimics like a bag over his back, and you know how like in those cartoons, like the robbers sort of dunk 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 dunk, and he mimics that, and then he points to his mouth, and he like yells, but like no sound comes out, and then he goes again. So sort of beak, thief, voice.
Kinku.
Bird stole his voice.
And when you say, do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Kinku.
You say Kinku, he just nods. He just nods and then makes the bird snap.
Yeah. Like the one that I think we saw in it. Rafe, did you say did it steal its voice?
And then like
Yeah.
he nods again. He's like, mouth thief, mouth thief.
Mouth. Jeez. It's just fucking
Oh
awful.
god.
I thought clowns were bad.
No, mimes are like lowest level.
So someone stole his mouth. Am I hearing that right?
Sounds like it.
I walk behind the elf fairy.
the
The attendant.
Yeah, they call them Witchlight hands, so they're just the general sort of help that helps sort of facilitate all of the carnival.
I've stolen one of Flint's guns, and I'm going to put the mime out of its misery.
Well, I've known this.
No,
Yeah.
Can,
All right.
can
Wow.
I-
All right.
it's the kind thing to do.
Where are you actually going to kill this thing?
No, I'm not going to kill them.
Kill him.
He
I put my silencer on.
Yeah.
He sort of opens a book and he mimes sort of writing in it, and then puts out his hands to you all.
Oh, I'm sure Flint has a book. Flint, book.
Yeah, what, with writing in it, or?
He nods as he writes.
Is he writing names in that book? Because if he is, I've got to legally.
I
turn
pull out
it.
the first book. I just pull out the first book, and it just happens to be that fairy book I found in the library, and just
Cool. And
and a bit of pen as well.
A pen. He's like, thank you. And he begins writing. So he writes for a moment, and gives you quite the description of what's happening. He begins by saying that he fell in love with the mermaid Palasha and joined the Witchlight Carnival, and he discovered that her songs had power to bring back his color. He explains that he was cursed to lose all of his vibrancy at a young age, and as the two of them got to know each other, they fell in love. And he was actually about to propose to Palasha until his voice was snatched by Kettlestein. He explains to you that he wants nothing more but to propose to his love, and needs you, if you would be willing to help, to get his voice back from Kettlestein.
Well,
Yeah, I won't say no.
where did we lose Kettlestein? Last session?
Yeah.
Yes, we did. Well, this looks like a job for the best darn detectives this side of Trancasia. Malchus,
Oh, yes. Hello?
let's play good cop, bad cop and go find Kettlestein and help this poor gentleman. Let the
Kettle,
others have their
yes.
fun. Let the others have their fun in this Hall of Illusion.
Wait, this is the illusion?
No, he's real.
Ah.
Dun-dun-dun.
Yes.
Anything else
Just-
while
that
you
just
guys are
makes
chatting? Do you two
Just
want
makes
to?
it extra sad that this is real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very real. It's very depressing.
Did we want to go, Malchus? You and I? Let's team up. Good cop, bad
Yeah,
cop.
let's do
Yeah,
it.
let's do it.
For old time's sake.
Yes.
Excellent.
For the first time, for all time's sake.
Yeah.
So mechanically, at any point you can spend an hour to find Kettlestein. So if you want to spend an hour searching for them, you may, but it will lead you straight to the big top. You'll lose any chance to take action within the next two sort of ride turns.
Okay. What do you think, Malchus? Do you still want to come after hearing what the Overlord just said?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it. And I also want to talk to you about something else as we exit the tent.
Awesome.
Oh.
We'll jump into yours before we head into the big top,
Oh, okay.
just because that'll be at sort of the
Yeah,
end
no,
of the
that's cool,
period.
But you had your ticket punched and everything.
Yep.
Ah, that's
No
all right.
refunds. Awesome. So yeah, you guys hear that all and find yourself into the Hall of Illusions. Tall mirrors line the interior wall of the tent. The mirrors near the entrance reflect onlookers in their youth. The images grow steadily older until the mirrors deep within the hall reflect onlookers in their twilight years. As you all scrutinize your reflections, describe yourselves as children and what they might look like, what you might look like in old age. I'll start with yourself there, not Malchus. Malchus isn't there. Flint, what did you look like in your youth, and what do you look like in your old age?
I look like me, just younger.
Nice. A nice self-insert. I appreciate that.
In old age, did you say?
Yeah. What
Like
are your
me, just
twilight
older.
years? Your description, uncanny. Truly a master of words.
To the T?
Absolutely. Well done. Does anybody else want to have anything particular they want to highlight about their youth or their old age?
Well, seeing as though, Flint took being younger and being older as the two ways to do it, I'm going to look at myself and see the flashbacks in the younger mirror, definitely of me as a child with my family, particularly my father, and me bouncing around very happily as a little child. But then in the older one, the color is gone from my eyes. I am scarred heavily, but I'm still much the same. I just look soulless and lifeless.
That's one hell of a vision. Anything from our resident cat in Boots?
Yeah. As a little kitten, extremely nimble, agile, over-energetic. Soft kitty. Big eyes. But definitely as certainly growing up, there's more lithe, but you can see the musculature. But certainly as getting older, start to fill out a little bit, and also notice that where there were, grey has sort of crept in around the face and the ears, and less able to reach areas that need preening.
Tree cat.
Beautiful.
Basing that off my old cat, that's just like letting himself go and has tufts or chunks that he can't get to anymore.
At any point, during your life, did you shit on the bed?
Thrice.
Thrice. Wow.
Courtesy of our new cat. If anyone wants a cat,
this was an offer.
Yeah.
So then, quickly as we jump into this section, I want to make sure we have all of our players with us. So we need to make sure that we also have Dr. Harm. You were a bit late to the carnival.
Slept in.
And you were able to also jump in through the front gate. Mentioning that you were part of this group, there was still tickets remaining for you. They definitely shouted one for each of you.
Did you get a prize?
It's unfortunately past the first hour. So, no, they did not get the prize.
Days.
You missed out on a collection of baby teeth.
I'll just get my own later. It's fine.
Exactly, you're good. And as you approach, I will give you your choice of following to the Hall of Illusions or going with the squad, the Kenku squad.
I will head into the Hall of Illusions. I see the others run off. I'm not sure where they're going, but I see where they've come from, so I go in there to see if the rest of the group is in there.
See yourself immediately after getting your ticket punched as a youngling. What do you see?
As a youngling, I see just a very malnourished little unit, orphan. Doesn't really have a lot to do. Seems pretty dirty. Yeah.
And as you walk deeper in, chasing the voices of your friends, what do you see in your twilight years?
I don't really bat an eyelid, but I hope no one else sees. My current body is deteriorating a little bit, starting with one of my hands, and as I walk further and further in, I see the rest of my body becoming skeletal. So I see the flesh just falling off one of my hands until it's just like a skeletal hand with a ring on it. And I see parts of the rest of my body just doing that a little bit as well, and I wonder what type of acceleration has caused this.
That is very sweet. I'm 100% there for that. We're not speaking about that, but we've just manifested it into reality. So welcome.
We found the lich.
Welcome. As you guys are all heading in, remembering the little halfling who rushed in without the ticket being punched, are any of you looking for them?
Of course I am. It's time to get my baby teeth.
Hey there!
So good.
Wow! 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 Wow!
Yeah, I'll probably keep my eye out, seeing that he rushed in.
Awesome. You're looking around a little bit. Can you make me a perception check?
Certainly. Where the hell is it? There it is. There's a 20.
And
30,
20. With a 20, you walk your way around before sort of looking down and seeing this halfling sort of gazing into a mirror, a little bit worriedly. And a little girl in a pig mask can be seen in the pane, whispering to the halfling youth's full reflection. As soon as the sort of little pig mask girl sees you looking, she turns and disappears.
Creepy.
And you see Reuben sort of look around and look up at you, and he says, hello, sir.
Hello. Are you okay?
Well, no. I've had quite the tough day today. I was just sort of told I was not good enough to marry my love. She laughed at my face as I proposed.
I take that gun that I had stolen.
And then, as I walked in here and tried to escape it all, this little girl in this pig mask asked me if I had any regrets. And she said to me that if I did have them, that she could help me, and I just had to follow her.
Well, it doesn't sound like a good idea. I bet you regret not getting your ticket punched.
Thanks for reminding me. I guess I managed to stuff that up as well.
Should I keep reminding you?
And you see that he drops his ring accidentally for his love onto the floor.
This can't really go good, guys. What should I do?
He
Grab the ring.
Saddens a bit.
Take the ring.
I'll pick up the ring and give it back to him.
He says, "Oh, sorry, thank you. I think I have to try again. I have to go out there and face her and see where this is all going."
I think that's a good idea.
And he says, "Would you come with me? It'd be nice to have somebody to have my back as I try this one more time."
I mean, I can sit in the distance and watch.
Yeah,
I
that'll work.
don't know if that's gonna make it any better. And now you've got an audience.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but I mean, I didn't actually get a no from her. She just sort of burst out laughing. Maybe that means that she still is going to say yes.
Sure it is. Go try it again, sunshine.
This one seems quite the motivational speaker.
That's why he does all the talking.
Clearly.
My name's Reuben, by the way.
I'm Flynn.
It's a pleasure. Let's get this over with.
Yeah, we'll
I
give you
need to
some
know.
character.
And he pulls out his halfling form, all hairy toes hanging out, pops his chest out, and he walks back outside. And you see his age again flow away from him from the depth of this place to his youthfulness. And as he steps out there, you see his girlfriend standing out there, looking worried and concerned, and she rushes to him and immediately she says, "I'm so sorry. I laughed. I was just the joy of it all was so intense. I had to just laugh. I love you, Reuben." And then Reuben turns to her and pulls out the ring. "And I love you, Ween." And they end up making out quite intensely as he slips the ring on her finger, almost blindly, as the two of them sort of tumble down the hill in sort of just a commotion of movement.
And that's a baby halfling to
This
me.
is great.
And I put away my tinderbox and I say, well, I guess he doesn't need that anymore.
And as a result of your work with the halflings, you raise the entire carnival up 1 mood level.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
That was
now they're
definitely an enlightening little piece of magic. And that was the Hall of Illusions.
Sort of creepy.
Yeah. Welcome to the Feywild.
I mean, it was kind of Hall of Illusion.
Yeah.
Just the
right. Yeah, I hear you. That's fair.
Where did you come from? I didn't see you sneak in there.
I've been off just taking care of a few things for, well, you know who for. And
fair.
Do I need to
Meditating
add
again.
another massacre site into my world lore?
it was more of a farm.
Yeah.
It was more of a farm. There's a lot of cattle that look very drained of their essence.
The Pixie Kingdom in the middle of the carnival. It's just a fucking
Is it-
scene.
Is it cows that you drain the essence of, or with the bulls?
Definitely cows. Definitely cows. Yes.
Amazing. So the rest of you that aren't chasing Kenkus, you now have the option to go for another attraction.
Hey,
Do-
the
Sorry?
snail racing's right next door, guard. You want to check that out?
Yeah.
I did
let's do
see
it.
it on the way in. It was definitely where we should head.
Let's do it.
Excellent. I think that's as close as a united front we're going to get for a while. Let us check out the snail races.
I can sense a wager coming on.
Wager.
The grandstands next to this racecourse are filled with cheering fairgoers, ringing bells, swinging rattles, and waving flags. On the starting line, 8 giant snails are having their shells scrubbed by pixies. Above the circular course, a wooden gantry hangs from the branches of a central tree, where 2 goblins officiate the proceedings. As you all know, snail racing is a highly competitive, fast-paced sport that draws a lively crowd.
Fast-paced.
As the offer goes, those who are willing to get their ticket punched may enter as a snail jockey.
I'm in.
After the last race, I've learnt my lesson. I'm just going to sit and watch.
Awesome. So sorry, was that who's in?
Rafe,
Rafe,
I think.
Rafe's in. I set
Rafe's
in.
I set out the dragonfly one. So
Can you just make a note that you did attend this?
sorry.
Just make a note for me that you did attend, because I might need to know who attended these things later.
How many
There are 8 snails.
No, how many ticket or rides can you do?
You can go on 8 rides.
8 rides. Okay, so
So-
I've done.
Is Dominic Toretto attending this?
You do notice quite a tall, bald man on one of the snails,
no
and
chance.
you see he's surrounded by what looks like an entourage of 20 people, and nobody else is such a big crew.
Is he yelling about family?
Well, surprisingly, no. They all just seem to be drinking Coronas. But on
Close
the back of their sort of team jersey, you just see La Familia,
Love
which seems to be their whole team name.
I noticed that there's one tree in the middle of the race course.
Yes, there's a tree. So we've got 1 participant. Anybody else participating?
Harm is interested.
Harm is in. All
Harm
right.
almost doesn't realize he just follows Rafe into the participants area, Wraith, how are you? Wait, where are we?
Where are we? Okay, 2. Anybody else?
No, I'm gonna sit with Flint on the fence and just laugh because I know what happened to
Excellent.
Dragonfly Racing. This is gonna be good.
Yeah, but snails are a lot more tame.
Yeah,
We'll
right.
find out. That's
It's
not
just-
what
it's
the
gonna be like-
fast-paced snail tamers think.
Yay!
All right, so I'm gonna need both of you who are participating to roll a D8 for me.
I rolled
That's-
2d8 accidentally.
What's the first?
We'll try it again.
Cheating.
You got this.
There we go. I rolled a.
Oh.
An 8 and a 7. Okay, so
Oh, yeah, I read
Uh,
name. Sweet.
Rafe with the 7, you are led to a red-colored, red-shelled snail. The
Oh.
racing stripes on this one are red.
Ferrari.
Guaranteed win.
You see there's like a pit crew of goblins around each of the snails, and as you approach, the goblins say, "Oh, what's up, boss?
What do you feed this thing?
Only the best. This snail's been eating the premium kibble for a number of days now, preparing its snail trail to be a rocket fuel."
I toss them a gold and I say, well, let's make it go faster.
Oh, trust me, this thing's gonna be as fast as the sun. And it says, "You know the namesake of this one that you managed to get yourself onto?
Oh, God.
Tiddlywinks.
This one's Breakneck."
It's not foreboding at all.
It says, "For breakneck speed, of course."
Just as long as not breakneck jockey. That's fine. I'm good.
And they begin to saddle you up. You, on the other hand, Harm, as the color of your heart, you are led to a black racing striped snail.
Love it.
The goblin crew around this one seem a bit more solemn as you approach. They bow to you and they say, "Welcome, boss."
Thank you. I imagine that this is the premium of all the animals on display today.
This beautiful lady right here is the Queen's Majesty.
She looks regal.
She is regal. She's of the best breeding stock of all snail kind.
I can see it, and can see it in her odor. Doesn't
You
smell
just
like
see
those other ones.
you just see her slime glistens
Oh,
as she
silky.
stands majestic in the light of the carnival. You are going to have the ride of your life today, sir.
I just give a little pat on the chest, cast guidance on myself.
They all pat their chest in return, and they help get you onto a Queen's Majesty.
Just while we're climbing onto the back of Breakneck,
Yep.
I'm going to carve the storm rune into the back of it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Shell.
Some Nos tanks.
You do
Yep.
see that it does seem that Breakneck is into it. Breakneck sort of gives a little shimmy, ready for action. So we'll quickly go into some of the rules. So the race will be divided into 6-second rounds. Once the race begins, the snails will move along the track at a remarkable speed. Each snail has a speed of 80 feet per round by itself without by itself. Without riders, the snails are an even match. But a jockey can try to improve a snail's performance by patting its shell or speaking words of encouragement to it. Once per round, each jockey can make a wisdom save. On a successful check, the jockey snail moves an extra 10 feet that round, or 20 feet if the check succeeds by 5 or more. On a failed check, though, the jockey's snail moves 10 feet slower that round, or 20 feet slower if the check fails by 5 or more.
Just checking, you said it's a wisdom save, right?
It is, so animal handling.
Yeah, lovely.
Please tell me there's a map for this.
Oh, I'll have to check. Let me get there in a second.
Or at least we're getting some snail images to run around this.
We'll
this
do
little map.
something.
Do
The
they
race ends and one
inherit-
more snails travel 480 feet needed to cross the finishing line.
Do they inherit any capabilities of their rider?
Just your ability to convince them to go faster.
Right. Cool.
We do have a snail racing one. Hang on. Activate. Let's see. I haven't had a chance to look at these, so we're going to be diving in blind.
Scanning for tabaxi bullshit.
Oh, yes. Look at that.
Oh, just got to chuck a token in the scene to
Get
find
some
out.
What a-
tokens.
Bloody good map here.
Epic.
Although I don't think I can move the snails, though. They're just there as a showcase for what we're
Love
seeing
it.
around the place.
Bugger.
But drop your token in. You can move your token around.
Yeah, that's true. We can definitely do that. I'll be calculating it by math so that we have no cheats. But I want to showcase some of the cool art for this here. Because I just think it's awesome. We've got the giant snails. Here we go. Show players. Check these snails out.
Holy snail!
That's pretty cool.
As they race around this map and just fucking own it. Beautiful. So, you guys are all up ready. A few other people are sort of jumping on their snails as well. You see a bunch of other commoners ready to rumble. The goblin team's all going. And Toretto is just standing on the one that looks to have like the best drift compatibility.
It's got the bonnet up. Got some neons under it.
Yeah, he's brushing the underside of his snail, and he lifts his Corona, and you hear him say, "It's been a tough couple of years, and we've really had a tough time, but through it all, I really believe that we could never have done it without family." And cheers his Corona as he grabs the reins, and you all prepare for quite the experience.
Can I just ask a quick question? Is
Yes.
his snail called Paul, like Paul Slider?
Yes, Paul Slider.
That's why I'm worried about that singular tree in the middle of the track.
All right, so I'm going to
I
do
got
it
you,
in
Mark.
the order
I
that
got
you
you.
rolled your snails. So, can I get the first round from both of you, please? A wisdom animal handling check.
So just an animal handling check, yes?
Yes, please. Bum, bum.
There's a 22.
Ooh, yeah, you get the full 20 feet extra.
Love it.
And we'll get it now from you, Rafe, as well.
Sorry, I'm lost. Animal handling check. Which I will throw at advantage because of the storm
Oh.
rune.
Nice.
Bonus action until your
cheats.
state ends when your creature. Sorry, then I make an attack roll, a saving throw, or an ability check. I can use the reaction to have advantage or disadvantage.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not
Boom,
crash
okay, so,
hot.
with an 11, you fail by 10. So, by 10 feet. So you're gonna get that reduced. So again, for those following along at home, their speed is 80 feet per round. So we've got 100 feet covered by harm, and we have 70 feet covered by Rafe. As immediately, poof, harm, the Queen's Majesty bursts through the pack. As you lead with a word of encouragement, a gentle, regal slap on the back of the shell, as boom, you sort of push through. Rafe, you unfortunately, for some reason, Breakneck has a bit too much steam, as the sort of
Does the Mario
lashment.
does the Mario Kart sort of
Yeah,
spin
yeah.
out?
You
much
skid
talk.
out at the beginning as you rush through.
holding down accelerate before the The lights turn
You
green.
bent the
Yeah.
frame.
You're still sort of now a little bit in the middle of the pack, leading towards the back of the pack at this stage. Can I get you both to roll your dice again for the next round?
Animal handling, right?
That is a 22 again.
Jesus.
Damn.
That is a
Oh,
flat 10.
Wow.
Go home.
Yeah,
Good
so
advantage.
that
Sorry?
was one roll.
Do I have
Roll.
advantage?
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't you roll with advantage there? It's 1
Yeah, 'cause
minute.
you-
It's
Oh,
1 minute.
no, it's one time use, but you're right. For the next
1 minute.
it's for the next minute.
Yeah, you should be fine.
Misread
again.
that one.
Go,
Roll
go,
again. Animal handling, my bad.
More this time.
Better, but
Yeah.
still not great.
I'll take it.
So yeah, rushing forward, 100 again, straight through. You are now just under halfway around this map. As it in 12 seconds, you've done 200 feet, just blasting. This
Yeah,
thing
that's
is
quick
going
fucking
faster than what you can run at full blast. Next up, we see Rafe. You are. Let me just make sure I get you right. You do succeed this time, but not by a lot. So you get to 90 feet. As you're able to get a little bit extra. You're back now, straight in the middle of the pack. As you push through, I appreciate you guys keeping track of your own feet traveled, if you could.
Oh, am I? Okay.
Because you did, I think you did
70 plus
60.
90.
You did 60 in the first one.
70.
70.
70, right, and then 90.
75.
Cool.
70.
It's because of trolls.
Your cameras are your maths is as good as your rolls tonight, mate.
All right, let's see it again. Rolling for round 3.
Oh, here we go. The fail roll. Let him go first, Dave. Oh.
With-
Oh.
20.
It's a 20? With
Again.
20.
with disadvantage.
What?
With disadvantage.
Why?
4.
Because... oh no, you're probably outside of 60 feet of me.
I actually am.
Yeah, but I'll take the advantage.
Yeah, 100 feet. Poof, forward. The only person keeping up with you is our NOS-driven family man. With a 9, you find yourself lagging behind a little bit again, dropping. I think just the 10 feet again. So you got 70 feet this time. As Dave Toretto just comes up behind you, and he's drifting around, catching up around the corners. Let's roll for round 4.
Mark, I'd roll with disadvantage this time. Probably have better luck.
Yeah, disadvantage on harm. No, he's not. Sorry, he's too far.
You just
Well,
stand
I
front,
rolled.
Doesn't
I
matter.
rolled 18, and now just because I've already rolled my thing, I'm going to roll a D4 and add it.
Nice.
'Cause I've got the blessing. So
Wow, your
2.
luck is
I rolled 20.
trash. So yeah, we have first of all blasting ahead with another 100 is our resident chief. So you are now at 400, I believe.
I'm at 400.
With 80
Oh,
feet
come
to
on, a
go,
final straight.
the end is there. As your competitor, your closest one, definitely not Rafe at this point, rushes up behind you on his drifting steed. You are all neck and neck, both of you, in this final mile.
Who's the crowd cheering for?
It is mixed. Obviously, they were a crowd favorite, but now with you here making such a stunning push out the gate, you do hear more people go, "Go Deathman! Go Deathman! Go Deathman!"
I can get on board with this. Go, Deathman.
Yeah, go Deathman! Go Deathman!
Would old mate be able to hear me if I yelled at him?
I will let you make a performance check to see if you can let your voice carry that well.
Okay, and then if I make the performance check, I'm going to try and make an intimidation check.
Awesome.
Oh.
It's 15 because
Yeah,
I'm
I'd say
minus
it
1.
carries. It carries.
Intimidation check. I'm just going to yell at him. your stupid saying is wrong. It's not blood, it's thicker than water. And I roll in that one.
Yeah. Although they could hear you, it's very muffled.
Yeah. Good time to get rid of that one.
He just
Rafe,
says, like,
Rafe,
what?
Rafe now just continues to have advantage because of that inspirational spell. So I'm going to roll a d20 to see how well they do, and we'll do a contested 20. So without your boosts, we'll see which of us end up in the winner's podium in the final round, that last stretch.
All right. So
Rolling.
straight nat 20s.
Yeah, I'm just going straight nat 20 for my dude. Well, it's just like which of us gets higher ends up getting the first place.
Let's do it.
And roll.
Private dice.
Ooh, by 1 point.
Oh,
He.
He's waiting. It was an anticipation. Oh.
Well, it is your competitor who managed to get an 8, not the 7, as rushes through that space.
Nothing beats family.
You see the family charge the urge as he chants, "Do it for family!" And the snail pushes himself one last thrust over the finish line. The little feeler just a fraction as
There's
the crowd.
no way that Rafe is within 60 feet. Nudge and right.
I doubt it.
No.
I very doubt it.
Very
You
much
lost
Rafe's
quite the
snail
speed.
has pulled up lame, and we're putting it out of its misery.
Breakneck was actually in reference to what the snail was going to do during that
physical
race.
capabilities, yeah.
As it turned out, yeah. Amazing. So,
Sadly, I used my blessing earlier because literally anything but a nat 1 I would have won.
so yeah, in that last round, as you're trying to come around there, Rafe, you're quickly making headway towards the front of the pack, when suddenly a head of lettuce is flung from the audience directly at you. Although it doesn't hit, Breakneck, with the speed of 1,000 snails, whips itself around and begins slowly dissolving it with its spittle. Now no longer moving, it has ceased its participation in this race.
Frick!
Dummy spit.
Amazing. So, because of how you placed in that particular round, Harm, you are brought onto the podium where, as second place, you were granted a quite like that.
Shooey.
Yes.
Shooey.
A golden liquid that
Come on, do a
is
shooey.
in this bottle, and you have been granted.
No, do a shoey.
You have been granted a potion of advantage.
Ooh.
Where was that in my last round?
So when you drink this potion, you get advantage on one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw of your choice within the next hour.
Wow.
It is
Nice.
sparkling and golden, and moves like water. But there is a prize for participating, and you have actually received that, Rafe. Although not a great performance, you do at least walk away with a magic wand that allows you to cast the Dancing Light cantrip just once.
One use.
One use Dancing Light wand.
All I'm saying, if the big bad at the end of this is fighting us in a dark room and you cast that thing and it blinds him, right?
Right in the eye.
Mwah.
But,
Yeah, so Dom is there getting congratulations by everybody, and he walks up to both of you, and he stands, looks at you sternly. What do you say?
I say, I almost had you.
And he says, not quite close enough. And he holds out his hand to shake yours.
I shake his hand. I contemplate draining a little bit of his life essence with a smoke, and then I remember that, his name's not in the book. He's a good guy. I just shake his hand with.
He brings you in for like that like classic sort of one hand hug as he says, "All of us here at the Snail Track, we're a family."
But almost had you.
He cracks open a Corona on like a carapace on his snail, and he passes it to you, and he see you, Rafe. He's like, "Oh, yeah, family." And he cracks another one and passes it to you as well.
So this was bullshit. You gave me the dud.
Awesome. So before we jump into resolving the kettle steam, we will probably have a quick 10-minute break just for Finry Smallbladder.
I'm actually doing pretty
maybe
good
15.
today. Like,
Is that another
pretty good
character?
today.
There's so many Finrys, I can't keep up with them now.
Small bladder.
Finry Smallbladder.
This is
Okay.
OG.
Finry's just got
And
a
they all have small bladders.
That's why he's got blue hair this week. Got it.
Yeah.
he's just got a
Awesome.
bottle under his desk there.
He's trying to Smurfs.
So at 9:55, we'll jump back on, and we will continue through
Hell yeah.
the carnival.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Happy days.
All right.
Cool.
See you
Giddy up.
all
See you later.